Be calm, be wise. If you're not calm, all logic comes out the window. Anger is a very blinding trait. You forget all of the positive stuffs and you start looking at the negative. Be wise. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your experiences. Being wise doesn't mean experiencing everything. You don't need to be in a rush to experience the most things. With knowledge, with being wise, you'll know what it feels like, even without experiencing it. The mind is different. It's different from the five senses that we have. The mind can conjure these things that make us feel a certain way, make us feel a certain memory. So you don't have to experience it in order to feel what it feels like. I said a lot of bad things to her when I found out. She called and I saw some things that I heard some things that I didn't appreciate too much. So what happened there is very calmly I got I got furious. So I didn't scream. I didn't I didn't bat my eyelids. I didn't crinkle my eyebrows. Yet I was so furious, which led to a lot of words that I shouldn't have said. I said she's irredeemable. We believe that. You cannot just tell a person that they're irredeemable because change is permanent. Change will always happen. No matter what kind of change that is, you never subject someone to something permanently negative. The better way to look at it is people will be lost. People will be people will take you for granted. I've also taken her for granted. I got enraptured in work too much. I was too focused on building the future for the both of us that I was missing the present that we have. We're missing what we have back then. So being calm, being wise with all the triggers, with every situation that you come across, it will lead you to a better outcome. Logic doesn't fail. Emotions do fail, and they fail pretty frequently. But logic, science is fact. It does not fail. I don't know. I still don't know how to properly act in those kinds of big situations where the handle just flies out the door. I cannot control that yet, but in time I will, and I have learned from my mistake. When things don't go your way, we have this tendency to lash out, not just violence, but to lash out verbally, to lash out with vices, to lash out with addictions, any way to release stress. And you don't know that it's just bringing you down further. You will never learn how to treat a situation the right way if you're never calm. Being calm is key. Being wise comes with being calm. As I've said earlier, being wise is experience. Being wise is doing something different when you're faced with the same situation, acting upon your studies, acting upon your findings. Being book wise, that's a different thing. Being street wise, that's a different thing. Being wise, being wise, knowing yourself is a different thing as well. I'm not saying those two are relevant. Those two are very important in life. But in these situations like these where you're not used to being alone, it's the best situation for being wise. Be wise to know what kind of person you want to be. So you're comfortable with who you are right now. So you don't need attention from others. That attention you can bring from only yourself and to yourself. And lastly, don't be don't wallow in anger. Don't wallow in sadness. Those two things. Wallowing in anger will just ruin you. You'll start to do things differently. You'll fall out of your routine and you'll think that I am going to be this way and you're going to be selfish. Some people do improve out of spite, and I don't want to do that. I want to improve for my benefit and for the benefit of others as well. So they can see me in a better light, they can see me in a better situation. Don't wallow in sadness because it may be a probability that you won't get out. Learn how to let things be. Learn how to let things be. No basic human emotions. No basic human traits. Why did somebody wrong me? That's normal. People make mistakes. But always learn how to forgive, but to never forget. That is being wise. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in once more. Felix.